What is going on, guys? I have a very important CCIV Short Squeeze update video to bring you guys, and I don't want to just go over the statistics of the short interest and all the stuff that we usually do, as well as technical analysis, and we will do that, but I want to explain the significance of the CCIV Short Squeeze. This is not a technical trade like AMC or all these other stocks that really couldn't be justifiably valued at their current valuation. CCIV, on the other hand, could justifiably be valued at its current valuation. If not, it should be valued a little bit higher. So we are going to be going through that, as well as the technical analysis and the short interest data. And if you are thinking about playing the CCIV Short Squeeze, or you are in the CCIV Short Squeeze, this is a video you 100% want to stay through the whole thing, because you are going to get a ton of insightful information out of this video. But the only thing that I do ask is that you tap, tickle, touch, or smash the like button, as well as comment down below and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And if you want to support the channel in a different way and get my buy and sell alerts in real time, and we have been killing it over there, guys, check it out, link down below in the description, as well as get up to $70 in whatever free stock that you want using the link for public. It is literally free money and no need to even link a bank account. You get your stock immediately. So with that being said, let's jump into it, guys. CCIV down 1.92% today. They are actually coming up, and I am looking to make a trade on this. I do have a trade in this, but I do want to make a trade on this a weekly or whatever the case is. But the key here, guys, is there's so many factors surrounding the CCIV Short Squeeze that are very different to other short squeezes that are going on right now. Now, see, about a week ago, when Rivian, another pre-revenue company, they got valued at $70 billion. So CCIV's $35 billion valuation looks very cheap. And that is really when we started to see the run up from about $21, give or take, to now where we currently are at $26. And not to mention everything else, the short interest is about double AMC's short interest. But we just got news as well that Elon canceled the Plaid S Plus version of the Tesla, which would have been the only other electric vehicle that boasts over a 500-mile range for a full battery. So if you are somebody that wants that extra range, maybe you have range anxiety, the only option at this current moment is Lucid Motors. NIO has a vehicle, right? But that is in China, and it's going to be a long time until they are possibly going into the American market. So if you are in America and you want a long range EV over 500 miles, your only option is going to be the Lucid Air. Now, those are more fundamental things that help to fundamentally justify the valuation of CCIV, and arguably CCIV should be valued higher than it currently is at about $35 billion. Now, more on the technical side, we know that there's major catalysts coming for CCIV, and one of those is the voting day for the actual merger, because when these SPACs do go through, they still have to be voted on beforehand. So we have seen this across the board. I'm invested in about 3 or 4 different SPACs, I believe 3, and every single time you get this merger date that is confirmed, or a voting day, I should say, that is confirmed, you see a huge pop in between 10 to 25%. But a lot of those SPACs don't have the amount of short interest that CCIV actually does have. That sits at about 22%, so it is very high. There's about 45 million shares that do need to be covered, and the fact here is we are within a month of this happening. So if the shorts aren't able to cover in the next month or so, or whenever this does come out, it could be a month, it could be tomorrow, right? Then we will see that huge short squeeze and force these shorts to cover and probably get margin calls at the same time. Now, another key thing with Lucid Motors is once it actually goes through and you get that vote confirmed and they set a day that it will start trading under Lucid Motors, you see that run up with these SPACs into that day. So those are 2 key catalysts, as well as one more, and that is the delivery date. And that could essentially be at any time. We are really thinking in the middle of July is when we will get that confirmation of the first deliveries that are going to be sent out. All 3 of those catalysts are major catalysts that will 100% push CCIV stock up higher. Now, there is somewhat of a time discrepancy. We don't know if these will come out tomorrow or after hours today, or if they will be 2 or 3 weeks away. But that is the thing, and that is why I've been getting time on these options. That is going to be key here. Get time if you are trading CCIV. Now, if you're buying the shares, then just buy the shares and hold them. I have a significant position in CCIV relative to my total portfolio. So, and I'm not a financial advisor, so do whatever you want. Play the weeklies if you want, buy the leaps if you want. I don't care what you do. I am just giving you guys the facts and the information. So that is pretty much the rundown as far as why CCIV should be valued higher, at least in my opinion, and the more technical trades and the catalysts that will 100% send CCIV into a short squeeze. And this is only my opinions. I think a lot of you guys would agree with me, but if you don't, then feel free to let me know down below in the comment section what I am missing or why you are not so bullish on this CCIV short squeeze. Now, getting into the information, this is only preliminary. So this data would have came back for the T+2, so we did have Monday, so this would have been Friday's data. So it is not going to be fully updated. We get the fully updated data at about 8 o'clock at night. So, but as far as Friday, we had a short interest change of negative 2.41%, return shares or shares that were covered of 1.5 million, borrowed shares of 439.5 thousand, so a net covered share count of 1.06 million. But this is tiny compared to the amount of shares that still need to be covered, and considering we have had such a rally to the upside, even after today being down 55 cents, we've still had a massive rally over the past week, up 17.72%, over the past month up almost 36.5%. Major rally. It all looks good, but as far as the total shares that are still out on loan, this sits at 44.10 million shares. So this is a drop in the bucket, and once these margin calls do start to come in, it could be huge from here. We could see a major rally up to about $40 or $50 if I do say so myself. Getting back to those $65 highs is a little bit less likely because that would put it at about a $100 billion valuation, but nevertheless that is possible. Now, as far as the estimated short interest percentage of free float, it currently sits at 17.75%, which is almost double what AMC's is currently sitting at. Now, AMC has more hype, but the thing is the hype moves around, right? So once CCIV starts to go crazy, people will start FOMO buying into those, buying options, and that will help with the gamma squeeze and drive the price up and eventually force the shorts to cover. Now, in this though, we also got a wide range of people that want to invest in Lucid Motors for the long term, and it just so happens to be that the human psychology would rather invest when a company is up 15% than down 15%. So once you see that high, like I said, you'll see a lot of people start piling into CCIV in the masses, and we have kind of seen that starting to happen, going from about 6 million in volume on the lower days of pretty much mid-May, May 19th, May 20th, up to now we're seeing about 20-25 million in volume per day. You can see this on the candles. We are going up significantly, and I do expect this to go up as well. CCIV is actually starting to go up right now. I might want to make a short-term trade on this. I'm not exactly sure how I would want to play this, but I probably gonna do this after the video, to be quite honest with you guys. But getting into the technical analysis, we can see that we did start off the day really good, gapped up to $27.88. I imagine some shorts did cover right here, and then we had an immediate sell-off, 4 million in volume here, about another 2 million there, and about 3 million there, and then we started to ramp back up. But we were in a pretty bearish downtrend right here. You could see that even in the MACD. Once we did cross, we hit our low at 24.70 for the day, but once we did cross at about right here, and that would put us at about $26, $25, we actually went bullish on the MACD, and this gap is starting to widen. So right here signals this is a good time for a trade. But now just doing a trend line, we could see the overall trend is going up since about 2 to 3 hours into trading today, when we did hit that bottom of $24.70. As far as potential downside right here, I think we've seen a lot of it today, honestly, since we started seeing this rally at about $24 all the way up to $27.88. I think we've seen most of the drop today going at the bottom tick at about $24.70. So I do think we will see a lot of support around there, so I'm going to go ahead and mark this, and that is going down about $1.30 from where we currently are. $1.36 from where we currently are. So I do think that is the bottom. We have a little bit of consolidation back here, and we started running. This was June 7th, yesterday, into the day, and pretty much closed the day very, very strong. Now, we did have an obvious trend line to the upside, and now we have came down, so we're gonna have to see fully how this does play out, but I think it'll be very, very positive. And one more thing to keep in mind as well, Peter Rawlinson, he said that he is mostly paid in stock options, so he has a high incentive to make the share price go up. He said most of his salary is in stock options, so if he doesn't find a way to get the stock to go up and to perform to par as what they have projected, then he will not make that much money. I'm sure he makes good money anyways just from his salary, but he said most of his compensation is stock based or option based compensation. So I would imagine, since he's seen this rally up, he probably has a high incentive to push out some form of good information. Pretty much on the verge of this. I wouldn't be surprised in the next couple of days or throughout this week to get an update as far as the estimated delivery day. That would not surprise me, or the merger date. As far as the upside resistance levels I would watch, we actually broke through the first one, which was $27. Like I said, we went up to $27.88 and then came right back down under that. So if we get gas over $27, there is literally no telling how high we could go. And I do just want to zoom this out a little bit more. I'm going to go to the 4-hour charts, and after 27, it's pretty much at about $33 is where we see our next resistance level, and then after that we don't have a resistance level. So if we get above this $33 mark, which I think would most definitely happen if one of these three catalysts do come out pretty soon before a lot of shorts do cover, then we will definitely go past this $33 mark. Probably, if I were to imagine, we would get a little bit of resistance, more psychological resistance around this $40 mark. But still, if you are listening to these videos or making a trade on this based off of your own assumptions, I'm not a financial advisor, then if we go to $40, you're going to be deep in the money with your options or with the shares. So that is pretty much it for this update. That is what I see as far as, like I said, the MACD looks really good for a trade right here, either short term or mid term. I am a fan of the long term trades as well. I do have a August 20th $40 CCIV call, 2 buys. I'm up 40% on these. I was up a lot more earlier in the day when we opened, but we did have that little sell off. And then I do have a CCIV $30 call for July 16th. I definitely think we'll see good news by then, and this will probably run deep into the money. If I were to imagine, I am up 65, almost 66% on this one. Paid $141. It is currently worth $234. So if you guys want to stay up to date with the moves that I am making in CCIV or AMC or any other stock we've been trading, we have been killing it. Like I said, check that out, link down below in the description. It's pretty inexpensive and affordable to most people. That's kind of how I want to keep it, so people can get in on these trades with us and make this money. Now, that is really what it is all about. So CCIV is starting to come up, and that's pretty much going to wrap up the video. That is everything you guys need to know as far as the short interest, the catalyst, the more fundamental trade, the technical trade here, and the trades that I did put on. So if you guys like these kind of videos and you want more of them, make sure to hit that like button as well as comment down below and subscribe to the channel. I do greatly appreciate it. Make sure to check out the links down below in the description, and until next time, peace out.